Why are you still waiting? Waiting for the world to give you permission to be happy, to be peaceful, to be free? What if the permission you are seeking was never out there? What if the only power that can grant it is already within you? You have been taught to act, to get, to struggle, to earn. But the masters of consciousness, the ones who shape worlds, they do not act to get. They act from a state of knowing, a state of assumption. By the end of this journey, you will not just learn about this power. You will feel it. You will understand how to build the discipline to hold it, and your reality will bend to match it. Because you will no longer be the person waiting. You will be the consciousness that is commanding. You have been taught to chase. You have been trained, conditioned since birth, to believe that happiness is a destination, a reward given for service, a trophy earned through struggle, or a validation bestowed upon you by others. This is the fundamental lie that keeps the inner world dormant. Happiness is not a result. It is a cause. It is not an acquisition. It is an assumption. The consciousness you embody, the state you choose to occupy, is the only operant power in your universe. Look around you. The world you perceive is nothing more than a mirror, a delayed reflection of the state you held within yourself yesterday, last week, last year. You are trying to change the reflection while ignoring the source. You are painting the mirror, hoping the face changes. It will never work. The true journey is not outward, into the chaos of circumstances, but inward, into the stillness of the I am. This is where all change begins. You are not a victim of your world. You are its silent author. The feeling of joy, the state of peace, is not something you must find. It is something you must select. You must dare to assume it, to feel it real, even when the world of senses screams the opposite. This is the first discipline. Loyalty to the unseen, loyalty to the assumption, sitting on the throne of your imagination. This is the true meaning of faith. It is not hope. It is the acceptance of the wish fulfilled. They told you to seek the kingdom of God, but they pointed outward. They pointed to skies, to temples, to gurus, to scriptures. And so you kept seeking, kept searching, failing to realize the search itself was the trap. The kingdom is not a place you go to. It is a state you rise to. It is already present in its entirety within you. It is the I am. It is the awareness of being. This inner world is the storehouse of all things. Abundance is not something you create. It is something you accept from this infinite storehouse. Peace is not something you build. It is the foundation upon which you already stand, once you silence the noise of the mind. Joy is not a fleeting emotion. It is the very atmosphere of your true being, your consciousness. The work, then, is not to get these things. The work is to remove the veils of doubt, fear, and conditioning that prevent you from experiencing what you already are. You already are peace. You already are abundance. You already are joy. Your imagination is the gateway. What you assume in imagination, feeling it to be true, solidifies into fact. This is the law of assumption. The kingdom is your own wonderful human imagination, the operant power of God in man. Stop petitioning. Start assuming. Stop asking. Start being. The shift is internal. The realization is that there is nowhere to go and nothing to get. You are simply to be it. And in that being, all things are added unto you. You are waiting for the world to change so that you can feel good. You are waiting for the promotion, the validation, the relationship, or the money before you allow yourself to occupy the state of fulfillment. This is the reverse of the law. You are operating backward. The world does not change, and then your vibration changes. Your vibration, your internal state of consciousness, changes first, and then the world rearranges itself, effortlessly, to match the new assumption. This is the secret. This is the key. Your feeling is the key. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the creative power. You are a broadcasting tower of consciousness. What you feel to be true, you are broadcasting into the field of potentiality. The world is simply the echo. If you broadcast lack, you receive lack. If you broadcast fear, you receive circumstances to be fearful of. If you broadcast joy, if you dare to assume the feeling of abundance, the world must, by law, return that echo. It has no choice. This is not positive thinking. This is not wishful thinking. This is the deep mystical science of consciousness. Your job is not to manipulate the external. Your job is to manage your internal state. Where are you living from, internally? What state is your home? Are you a visitor to joy, or is joy your residence? You must cultivate this positive internal vibrational state. This is not about forcing a smile. It is about cultivating a deep, unshakable knowing in the center of your being. It is the quiet assumption that I am that which I desire. This is the moment of power, not tomorrow, not after you have fixed yourself, not when the circumstances are right. Now, in this eternal moment, you have the power to choose your state. You have been conditioning your joy on external events for your entire life. I will be happy when. I will be peaceful if. This is a prison of your own making. It is the abdication of your power. You are giving your divine inheritance, the I am, to shadows. You are making the servant, the external world, the master, and the master, your consciousness, the servant. Today, that ends. The invitation is radical. Choose to be happy now. Choose to feel abundant now. Choose to feel peace now, without evidence, against the evidence. This is the defiant act of a true creator. You must stop waiting for permission to be who you already are. The validation you seek from others is the very thing keeping you from the truth of your own being. Their approval is irrelevant. The only approval that matters is your own inner acceptance of your desire as a present fact. When you feel the reality of your assumption now, the future collapses into the present. Time bends to your assumption. You are not moving toward a goal. You are moving from the goal. You are living from the state of the wish fulfilled. This selection, this conscious choice to occupy the state of your desire now, is the only action required. But that's only the surface. Choosing this inner state, this kingdom of joy, is not a passive act. It is a fierce, disciplined defense of your inner world. Once you claim this internal peace, you will find the world rushes in to test it. The old assumptions, the old patterns, the old voices will demand your attention. They will try to pull you back into the state of lack, of fear, of seeking validation. This is where the real work begins. This is where you learn that to hold on to your yes to the I am, you must learn the divine power of no. This realization is what changes everything. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot hold the assumption of abundance while entertaining the feeling of lack. You cannot embody peace while allowing chaos to drain your sacred energy. To protect your inner state, you must build a fortress, and the cornerstone of that fortress is the word no. Now go deeper. This no is not an act of aggression. It is an act of supreme self-love. It is the guardian at the gate of your sacred inner world. For years, you have said yes to things that fractured your soul. You said yes to obligations that drained your spirit, to relationships that diminished your light, and to beliefs that imprisoned your consciousness. You said yes because you were afraid of rejection, afraid of conflict, afraid of being unseen. But every yes, spoken in fear, was a no, spoken to your own I am. Every time you betrayed your inner truth to please an outer shadow, you reinforced the state of unworthiness. Now you must learn the alchemy of refusal. You must say no to protect your time, which is the currency of your focus. You must say no to protect your energy, which is your creative power. You must say no to protect your truth, which is your connection to the divine. This no is a cleansing fire. It burns away the trivial. It clears the space for your true assumption to take root. Do not fear the consequences of your no. What falls away was never meant for you. What is repelled by your truth was only feeding on your illusion. This no is a declaration of sovereignty. It is the sound of your inner world finally taking precedence over the outer. Every time you utter a no to that which does not align with your highest assumption, you are screaming a profound yes to yourself. This is the great reversal. You have been trained to see self-care as selfish, to see boundaries as barriers to love. This is the conditioning of a world that profits from your compliance, from your diffusion. The operant power of your consciousness requires focus. It requires containment. A yes to everything is a yes to nothing. It is a dilution of your creative energy, scattering it to the winds, leaving you powerless. When you say no to the dinner party that drains you, you are saying yes to the inner stillness required to feel your wish fulfilled. When you say no to the project that violates your integrity, you are saying yes to to the state of abundance that comes only from alignment. This yes to yourself is the ultimate act of faith. It is the statement that I am is more important than they think. It is the selection of your own inner reality over the demands of the collective illusion. This is not about becoming cold or unkind. It is about becoming clear. It is about loving yourself enough to refuse to abandon your own soul. The path to your highest good is paved with the no's you were too afraid to say. Your energy is your most sacred resource. It is not just physical vitality, it is your spiritual currency. It is the very substance with which you buy your future realities. Every thought you entertain, every emotion you indulge, every conversation you engage in, it is an expenditure of this sacred resource. Where are you investing it? Are you wasting this holy power on things that drain you? On arguments that lead nowhere? On worrying about shadows that have no substance? On replaying past grievances? This is a leak in your vessel. You are trying to fill a cup that is full of holes. Saying no is plugging those holes. It is the conscious decision to stop wasting your divine power. You must become a ruthless guardian of your inner world. Who do you allow into your mental space? What information do you consume? What environments do you inhabit? If it weakens you, if it drains you, if it pulls you from the feeling of your wish fulfilled, it must be met with a firm, uncompromising no. This is not isolation. This is incubation. You are protecting the new assumption, the new state of being, as it develops. You are giving your I am the focused, potent energy it needs to change your world. Why do you do it? Why do you abandon yourself, moment after moment? You abandon yourself to avoid being abandoned by others. You silence your truth to keep a peace that is really just a slow death. You play the role of the savior, the helper, the fixer, trying to save everyone else, all while your own inner world is in ruins. This is the ultimate trap of the ego. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Your desperate attempt to hold on to others by sacrificing yourself is the very reason you feel so empty. You are seeking outside what you have abandoned inside. You must stop. You must be the one who refuses to leave yourself. You must be the one who stays. When the world demands your compliance, you must stay with your truth. When fear arises, you must stay with your assumption. When loneliness whispers, you must stay with your I am. This loyalty to self is the foundation of all true power. When you stop abandoning yourself, the world will stop reflecting that abandonment back to you. When you make your own peace your highest priority, you become a magnet for experiences that mirror that peace. But this protection, this no, is not a passive state of refusal. It is not just a wall. It is a cleared space. You have said no to the trivial, to the draining, to the inauthentic. You have cleared the debris. Now what do you do in this sacred, protected space? The inner yes demands an outer expression. This is where the world misunderstands. They think power is in the no alone. But the no is just the preparation for the conscious action. It is not what you do, but the consciousness you do it with. This is the part they never told you. The smallest act, done from the state of the wish fulfilled, is more potent than 1,000 acts done in desperation. Now we must go deeper into the nature of true action. You have been taught that success comes from hustle, from relentless, frantic action. You are running, pushing, striving, and you are exhausted. You are acting from a state of lack, trying to get something. And so, your action, no matter how massive, only reinforces the state of lack. It is a treadmill. The law of consciousness states that action is secondary, the state is primary. The quality of your consciousness during the action is what determines the result, not the action itself. One small, simple act, performed from the feeling of I already am, is infinitely more powerful than a lifetime of struggle. Stop measuring your day by the quantity of tasks completed. Start measuring it by the quality of presence you brought to those tasks. Did you act from anxiety or from knowing? Did you act from fear or from faith? Did you act to get or did you act from? This is the shift. The universe does not respond to your sweat. It responds to your assumption. A conscious action is an action that is an expression of the state you have claimed, not a plea to attain it. It is the difference between building a bridge in desperation and walking over a bridge that you know is already there. This is where the mastery is found. Not on the grand stage, not in the heroic gesture, but in the mundane. It is found in the way you wash the dishes, It is found in the way you answer an email. It is found in the way you walk, the way you breathe. Can you perform these small daily tasks with total presence? Can you wash the dishes from the state of being a millionaire? Can you answer the email from the state of being the celebrated leader? Can you walk from the state of perfect health? This is the challenge. The world of senses will tell you it's just a dish. But your imagination, the operant power, knows it is a ritual. It is an affirmation in motion. When you act with this presence, you are infusing the material world with the substance of your inner state. You are consecrating the mundane. You are not faking it till you make it. You are feeling it because you are it. This present moment awareness, this embodiment of your assumption in the smallest details of your life, is the fast track to manifestation. You are no longer waiting for the big event to change your state. You are using your state to change the small events, and the big events must follow. You seek spiritual discipline. You think it means hours of meditation, complex rituals, or retreats to distant lands. That is another illusion, another form of seeking out there. True spiritual discipline is found in the here and now. It is the discipline to hold your assumption while you are stuck in traffic. It is the discipline to maintain your state of peace when you are criticized. It is the discipline to feel abundant while you are paying a bill. It is the discipline to do the next small task consciously. Can you fold your clothes with the presence of the I am? Can you listen to another person, not with the intent to reply, but with the full presence of your being? This is the work. This is the prayer. Your entire day becomes a moving meditation, a constant remembering of who you are. This is far more difficult and far more transformative than any isolated ritual. The ritual is easy. The living of the truth, moment to moment, is the mastery. Your consciousness is the only power. How you wield it in the little things determines everything. The law is precise. He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. This is not a moral judgment. It is a mystical formula. The least is your present moment. The least is the small, seemingly insignificant task before you. The much is the grand realization of your desire. If you cannot be faithful to your assumption in the small moments, how can you expect the large manifestation to appear? The large manifestation is the accumulation of small moments faithfully lived. Greatness does not suddenly appear. It is the result of 1,000 small acts of presence, of 1,000 details attended to from the state of greatness. You want the castle, but you are unwilling to lay the brick. The brick is your now. The brick is your conscious action. Lay each brick with the feeling of the castle already complete. Feel the solidity, the majesty, the fulfillment now, as you do the small thing. This is how worlds are built. This is how you are placed over much. You prove your mastery of the state in the small, and the universe must, by law, give you the large. But this conscious action, this presence in the small things, is hard. It is simple, but it is not easy. Why? Because the mind is weak. The emotions are volatile. The pull of the old state, the old conditioning, is powerful. You will wake up one day and you will not feel like it. You will not feel powerful. You will not feel present. You will feel the pull of apathy, of doubt, of fear. And in that moment, what do? This is the critical juncture. This is where most fail. They rely on motivation. They wait for a feeling to push them. But the master does not wait for motivation. The master relies on discipline. This is the bridge. Now go deeper. Motivation is a fleeting lover. It's a spark. It's an emotion. It comes from the outside. It's triggered by a video, a song, a quote, and just as quickly, it vanishes. You cannot build a new reality on such shifting sands. You cannot rely on the wind. Your transformation, your selection of a new state, requires something far colder, far stronger, far more permanent. It requires discipline. Discipline is not an emotion. It is a commitment. It is a vow you make to your inner I am. It is the conscious, deliberate choice to do what must be done, especially when you do not feel like doing it. Motivation is the servant of emotion. Discipline is the servant of your will. This is the great divide. The amateur waits for motivation. The master builds a system of discipline. The amateur is a victim of their feelings. The master is the commander of their state. You must decide. Will you let your feelings dictate your reality? Or will you use your discipline to dictate your feelings, to command the state you have chosen? The path of the I am is not a path of emotional comfort. It is a path of willful, conscious assumption. Discipline is the bridge. It is the steel structure that spans the gap between who you are today, the person defined by past assumptions and sensory evidence, and who you know you are in your imagination. On one side is the shadow world of what is. On the other is the real world of what I am. Your feelings, your doubts, your fears, they are the raging river below. If you rely on motivation, you will wait forever on the bank, hoping the river calms. It will not. Discipline is the act of building the bridge, rivet by rivet, plank by plank, and then walking across it, regardless of the storm below. How is this bridge built? It is built by your daily rituals. It is built by your non-negotiables. It is the 5 minutes you take to feel the wish fulfilled, even when the world is chaotic. It is the no you say to distraction. It is the conscious action you take, even when you are tired. Each small act of discipline is another steel beam locked in place. It makes the bridge stronger. It makes your new state, your new assumption, your new home. This is the secret of all masters. They act in spite of the feeling. You will wake up and your old state will be waiting for you like a comfortable, worn-out coat. The state of, I am not enough. It is too hard. It will never work. And your new assumption, your I am abundant, will feel like a lie. This is the test. This is the only test. Do you surrender to the old feeling? Or do you act from the assumption even if it feels false? This is where you must act. You must pray, which is to say you must enter the feeling of the wish fulfilled, even if your mind resists. You must study, reinforcing the knowledge of the law. You must care for yourself, treating your body like the temple of the I am, not the prison of the old self. You act as if. This as if is the creative magic. You are telling your subconscious mind, the operant power, this is who we are now. And the subconscious, which only knows is, begins to accept the new command. Each act of discipline, done without emotional motivation, is a hammer blow, shaping the raw iron of your being into the new identity. Faith alone is not enough. Faith, as you have understood it, is often just passive hope. It is a dream. It is looking at the other side of the canyon and wishing you were there. That is not faith. True faith is the assumption that you are already there. But that assumption, that inner knowing, is useless if it is not lived. Discipline is faith in action. Discipline is the proof you give to yourself and to the universe that you believe your assumption. Faith without discipline is a blueprint without a builder. It is a beautiful drawing of a house that will never be built. Discipline is the builder. Discipline takes the blueprint of your assumption and begins to lay the foundation, mix the concrete, and raise the walls. You're disciplined to hold the feeling. You're disciplined to say no to doubt. You're disciplined to act from the new state. This is what makes the unseen seen. Faith is the assumption. Discipline is the persistence in that assumption. And the two, united, become realization. They become the solid, undeniable fact of your new reality. But this discipline, it cannot be for them. It cannot be a performance. If your discipline is rooted in a desire to prove something to the world, to gain their applause, to win their approval, you have failed already. You have built a beautiful bridge to the wrong destination. Your discipline must be for you. It must be an act of integrity to your inner world, not a performance for the outer one. This brings us to the final, most crucial liberation. You must be free from the addiction to approval. You must choose authenticity over applause. This is the last idol to fall. Now let us go to the very heart of your power. For how long will you continue the performance? Your life, as you have lived it, has been a role you are playing. A role designed to please your parents, your society, your peers. You have become a masterful actor and you have won their applause. But when the curtain falls, when you are alone in the silence, the emptiness is deafening. This is the great existential ache. You have gained the world, but you have lost yourself. You have been living for the audience, and in doing so, you have betrayed the I am within. The time for the performance is over. Living in your truth, in deep, unshakable integrity with your own consciousness, is more important than any social validation. It is more important than wealth, than fame, than success, as the world defines it. What is integrity? It is the alignment of your inner assumption and your outer action. It is living from your I am. not for their approval. This is the only path to true peace. The applause of the world is hollow. The knowing of your own truth is the only fulfillment. The need for approval is the most insidious prison ever designed. It has no visible walls, no steel bars. Its warden is your own mind. Its chains are your fear of judgment. You live inside this tiny, self-imposed cell, constantly checking the reactions of others to see if you are safe, if you are good, if you are worthy. This is not life. This is a state of perpetual bondage. You are a slave to the opinions of shadows. True freedom, the freedom that Napoleon Hill spoke of, the freedom from the devil of your own doubt. It begins when you think for yourself. It begins when you decide that your own inner knowing, your own assumption, is the final authority. Their no cannot touch your inner yes. Their doubt cannot penetrate your inner feeling of I am. When you are free from the need for their approval, you are finally free to be. You are free to select your state, to live your truth, and to create your world, not as a reflection of their desires, but as an expression of your own divine imagination. You can fill your life with things. You can achieve every goal the world told you to chase. You can get the degrees, the titles, the house, the partner, and you can still feel utterly, profoundly empty. Why? Because the success was external, but the life you lived to get it was inauthentic. It was not your life. It was the life of the character you were playing. This existential void cannot be filled by anything outside. It is a cry from your I am, a cry for you to return home. It is the gap between the person you are pretending to be and the person you are in your imagination. The only thing that can fill that void is your own authenticity. It is the courage to live the life that aligns with your inner state, even if it makes no sense to anyone else. It is the courage to choose the feeling of your wish fulfilled over the common sense of the collective. This void is not a curse. It is a compass. It is pointing you inward, back to the only reality that matters, your own consciousness. There will come a moment when the choice is made, a moment when your own inner peace becomes more valuable to you than the acceptance of the entire world. This is the great turning point. You will no longer sacrifice your calm for their chaos. You will no longer betray your truth for their comfort. You will choose, deliberately, to live in harmony within yourself, even if it creates discord around you. This is the birth of self-control. This is the mastery. You are no longer reactive. You are no longer a puppet pulled by the strings of praise or criticism. You are anchored. You are rooted in the deep, silent knowing of the I am. You live in a state of alignment. What you think, what you feel, and what you do, they are finally one. This is integrity. This is power. This is the peace that passes all understanding, because it is not dependent on understanding. It is dependent only on your assumption. This is the ultimate freedom. It is not freedom from life's challenges. It is freedom within them. It is the freedom to choose your state, regardless of the circumstance. It is the freedom to say no to the world, to say yes to your I am. It is the freedom to act consciously, to find the divine in the smallest detail. It is the freedom of discipline, the bridge to your highest self. And it is the freedom of authenticity, the courage to live as the creator you were born to be. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are not the labels they have given you. You are the operant power. You are the I am. You are the consciousness that selects the state, and the state, once assumed, hardens into the fact of your life. You are not seeking happiness. You are being it. You are not building peace. You are assuming it. You are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. And your feeling right now is the key. The performance is over. The wait is over. Your true life is not a request. It is an assumption. You are not a product of your circumstances. You are the operant power that selects them. You are not a victim of your feelings. You are the master of the discipline that commands them. So, what state will you select? Right now, what truth will you finally allow yourself to embody? Let me know in the comments. What are you choosing to be? Subscribe. Turn on the notifications, because this is not just a channel, it is a discipline. Your commitment has brought you this far, and the next video is already waiting to take you deeper. Click it now.